So the recent correction we just had is going to be very bullish, and I'm going to tell you why. First off, just to clue you guys in, many people sold again during this correction that we had. And so what happens is people are like, okay, good, I got cash. And then when they see prices rise again, they're going to buy back in. So not only do we have the crowd that sold during the 33% dip that we had back to $75,000, but we also had the crowd that sold the last dip as well, and that's going to fuel the FOMO fire, which is really good because a lot of people are leveraged right now. So people are betting that the prices are going to go down. There's a huge amount of people that are betting the price is going to go down. So when their trade turns against them, that is when things get really fun for us longs, because I'm a very long-term investor. Now, check this out. I got some news to talk about first before I get into the Ethereum stuff, but Donald Trump said he will issue an executive order to mandate identification for all US elections. So cool. I get it. I get it that you're excited about this, but here's the thing. Here's what I wrote underneath this: digital ID system alongside Peter Thiel's company. Can't say the name because it'll get totally shadow banned, alongside CBDCs. So this is the way things are going now. And this guy, Beeve, on Twitter responded to that. Premier of Alberta is supposedly a freedom fighter and said the same thing yesterday. It's all part of the plan. Never surprised. Exactly. I'm not surprised whatsoever. This is who we're dealing with. So now there is hope here, and I'm going to cover that hope. First off, we have Bitcoin. Okay, we can put our money where it's going to be safe. It's going to be out of the way of central banks. They're not going to be able to print Bitcoin out of thin air, right? It's got 21 million. Now, let's talk about Bitcoin, where we're at right now. I have to cover this over and over again. I think this is an excellent chart to show you how bullish people should probably be. Okay, so look at this chart once more. This is from Immortal on Twitter. September is bad, October is good. But it doesn't mean that September is going to end down. Things can happen really fast, okay? Even though it's gone down, I think it was like 8 down September months that we've had overall since 2013. Since 2013, October has done really well. But keep in mind, don't look at just the red. Look at the percentage that the red has compared to the percentage that the green had, okay? So overall, Bitcoin makes up for any losses it has in September, okay? Especially in October, it's ridiculous. Now also, let's remind ourselves here that Bitcoin's went down to probably about 14% during this correction, which isn't even half of what a normal correction would look like. This is not a bear market, all right? This is a bull market. Now, Trump goes on to say American worker is already seeing $500 wage increase and there is no inflation. I want to keep that. I love this tweet right here from Unusual Whales, because I'm going to show you that there's massive amounts of inflation. This is just proof right here. Serious credit card delinquencies, unpaid balances for at least 90 days hit their highest level in 14 years. And you might be wondering, well, why is that? Because people are having to borrow more money just to live their lifestyle. Because why? Things are getting really expensive and wages are not increasing at the rate that inflation is. Okay, it's economics 101, guys. Like, come on. Now we also have, let's go back to that. Bitcoin's only been down 14%. We've had whale dumping 24,000 Bitcoin per week. Much more is left, 91,000 to be exact. The market doesn't care. Look at how much it's being bought up right now. I mean, right now, as I'm talking, it's about $112,000 US. And it's not going anywhere. Why is that? Because smart money's buying up Bitcoin, all right? But also, there's a giant Bitcoin whale out there holding over $5 billion of Bitcoin buying ETH, okay? That's really bullish as well, especially for alt season. Now, people, you know that I'm not a short-term trader. I'm a long-term trader. Look at this meme right here, or just, this is Warren Buffett compared to the crypto guys, which is a short-term trader that tries to trade every single move in crypto. It's not worth it. Just look, there's no comparison, okay? This is why I'm a long-term investor. Like, this is why it took 13 years for me to sell my first little batch of Bitcoin. And I still have more Bitcoin than last bull market. Why is that? Because I took profit and I bought more during the bear market. This is how we play the game over the long run. Try not to, this isn't a get rich quick scheme, okay? Some people might think, oh, you're get into a meme coin, you'll get rich quick, but no. Most people aren't going to win that way, okay? So they're going to win over the long run. Lastly, we have, which is just icing on the cake here, BlackRock buys 15,000 ETH worth $67.1 million. So guys, the writing's on the wall. We are, in my opinion, we're going to experience a massive parabolic phase very soon, in my opinion. All right, so if you want to see what we're doing, check out learningcrypto.com. Get to see my portfolio when we're buying, when we're selling, and also when we're buying the bear market. Talk to you soon.